Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular Review.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
Blue flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Shots do that.
I don't want to sit too hard garbage.
That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel DeVito.
Because there was no Jay White side.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay that attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is she the CEO of, Chris? Jesus, golly. Let's start the show.
What is going on, guys? What a crazy 250th episode of Dynamite tonight was. I'm your host, Vincent LaSpada tonight. Dan is out. Alongside are my co-hosts, Cactus Caite and the man that does the news, Maddawg Kelly. What's going on, guys?
Hi.
Hey, guys. What's up?
So before we start the show, I feel like I have to address the elephant in the room, and I feel like I need to owe an apology to one Cactus Caite for last week's I don't even know what to call it, but I do apologize. And if I offended anybody on here, I apologize because that is not what I'm trying to do. But I do so know sometimes I do get out of hand. And that will not happen again. So we all equal on this show, and we should all be able to talk our mind. So with that being said, let's get into the show, guys. Right before we start, can anybody just Cactus? I'll let you go first. I mean, one word to describe tonight's show. Just one word.
A roller coaster.
Maddawg?
I would say it was interesting, to say the least.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
I am going to say...
Oh, Vince is
Vince is stunned there. He's,
Well,
oh
no,
my god!
I know what I want to.
Wow.
I know what I want to say. I just can't. I can't spit it in words. What do you call it when one thing takes the energy out of the whole entire room?
Those are more than one word, Vince.
I know, but what would you?
Deflated, I guess. Yeah,
is it?
deflated, right? Yeah,
Deflated. All right, we'll use that. I'll say deflated.
yeah. There you go.
I do think the main. I think the first match main event, as I should call it. I think that was the kicker. And I think that took the air out of the whole entire night. Like I feel like nothing else mattered after that match. Had I known it would have went 60 minutes. My God. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Did you guys really think I had to go 60 minutes?
No. I think that it had a lot of hype. I think it could have been a great match. I mean, online they gave it great reviews, but it was a long match, and it took all the energy out of the rest of the show.
It did. Let's talk about the beginning of the match. Right off the bat, MJF goes outside, goes into the crowd, playing mind games with Will Ospreay, trying to say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm not ready for the match." And this is a classic trick they did back in the 80s where, the guy would come in the ring, he would try to tie up, and then he would get out of the ring like, "Hey, listen, I don't want no part of this right now." A little side note of this match, Will Ospreay was 9-0 before this match. 26 matches he's had so far on Dynamite. MJF came back at the beginning of the year. He's only had 3 matches. So this match had to count for something. And I'm gonna say, guys, I really thought this was gonna end in a DQ, or not a DQ. Excuse me. I thought it was gonna end in a draw.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't think about that as well.
I thought somebody was going to come out or something's going to happen. I thought DQ was definitely going to happen because they're teasing a match for All In, right? I mean that's the story here, at least I think, right? So I personally believe that they should have had a DQ or something. I don't know if it was the right move to do what they did, but they did what they did. So
Let's bring Dan in on this. Dan the man is in his
guys, I had to come in and I had to save you. I had to save you all. I've had an extended absence. I had to get my crap together here, and it's time that I save this because this is going in flames, and I am saving all of you. I am saving all of you. I am the Chris Jericho to unpopular reviews, AEW Dynamite review. Let's effing go, girls.
all right. Okay.
Oh boy, okay.
I really thought in the beginning of this match, MJF was trying so hard to just overpower Will Ospreay, doing everything he could. But you have to keep in mind, Will Ospreay is a high flyer, and he's not going to just give up by just laying down and taking the 1, 2, 3. I think one highlight of the match that I'm going to say was pretty incredible was the double flip out of the ring onto MJF. I mean, I've seen it done before, but I feel like Will Ospreay can pull off any high fly move that you can actually think of, and this guy can make it look flawless.
I mean, that's why they call him that's part of his gig.
Cactus Caite, what do you think about this match?
I mean, I think it was a great match. I think it was long, but I have no doubt that it was going to be a good match. They're two of the best AEW performers they have.
There's one thing that I think there's one thing that I really can't stand in this is I do not like the fact that AEW does not care about rules, and they totally made when they went on the outside to fight in the crowd, it totally turned into a street fight. There was no 10 count. There was no let's get back in the ring.
Here we go.
Well, it's true. It's true. They don't care about rules.
Here we go.
It is true.
They don't. They didn't. They said that you had to be in the match for it to count. It doesn't matter what happens outside the match. Is how that goes.
What rule
or
book
outside of the rings?
Maddawg, I'm pretty sure me and you've watched wrestling for a long time. Have you ever heard that rule?
As far as my knowledge, no. But Tony Khan likes to make the rules up as he goes along. So I guess he just goes with whatever. I mean, but no, Tony Khan makes it all up as he goes along, obviously, and that's kind of where this
let me ask you
is.
something. Let me ask you: do you want to turn on Wednesday nights and essentially watch Monday Night Raw, or do you want to turn on Wednesday nights and watch an alternative? Because it sounds to me like you want to watch Monday Night Raw.
No, you have but you have to have rules.
Good. I mean, they have rules in their matches, yes.
But
there's rules though. There's rules. There are rules.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Will Ospreay made a mockery out of that rule because once he jumped the barricade, he went back into the ring, and the ref wasn't even counting. What are you saving? The ref's not counting nothing.
Is it inside the ring?
You're not understanding what I'm saying to you. They both jumped the barricade, okay? They both jumped the barricade, and usually in a wrestling match, they count to 10. Okay? Usually one guy.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like you guys aren't though. I mean, what am I not getting right here? Am I not talking?
No.
Am I? Is that not right?
No, listen. You're not wrong about
I know I'm not wrong.
Should continue. The count should continue. But
it never went on.
The count.
I'm trying to tell you, Dan,
Right.
it never went on. There was no
Right.
count. And Will Ospreay's saving it for what? What is he saving the count for? Nobody counted anything. He rolls in the ring like, okay, and then Tony Schiavone says, well, he's rolling out. And I think they were confused on what was going on. I really did. Tony, I mean,
Right.
and I think the referee got his workout tonight because I mean all those one counts that he had to count. I'm sure his hand really hurt after all that shit.
Just like yours all the time.
Well, I'm sure it's something that all of us are accustomed to, so no big deal.
Another spot in the match that I thought was great was Hurricanrana off the top rope, and Will Ospreay lands on his feet, which I think that was a really, that was a like, hey, listen, bitch, I'm not done yet, so let's keep going.
I mean, for 59 minutes and 58 seconds.
It really wowed me that MJF at 2 seconds of the match pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. And what I was confused about was, and I think this was what maybe a surprise or kind of like shocked. Like, I don't know what it was. The referee counted 1, 2, 3 clearly before the 2 second mark, and everybody in the arena like shut it up like it was a big surprise. Like, okay, did they get it past the 2 second mark? But obviously, clearly, if you look at the footage and see the 2 that's frozen on the screen, you can definitely tell that he won it. But I even think Justin Roberts was confused on this.
It's all screenplay. They're just playing with your emotions.
I get it, but I mean, there are some people that are actually very smart. And I think
Who are they?
I think this is for the dummies that didn't understand what was going on.
Oh shit, Vince is in rare form right now, and
I'm just being honest with the folks
Katie,
here. I mean,
Katie, I feel for you. I do.
But at least you're like halfway here.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to be present
Right.
for this. So let's kick this. Come on. Let's get this on the road.
Let's start
on the road.
It was a great match, but it was half of the show. I want to just say this out loud here. It was half of the show, Dan. I mean, you can't deny it was. What did Jeffrey say? It was 58 minutes and 59 seconds?
Yeah,
that's half a Dynamite.
It was too long. It was way too long.
Fantastic stuff. How? Maybe at a pay-per-view, sure, but not on a Dynamite show. No way.
They are amazing athletes. You can't take it away from them. They're amazing athletes.
Come on.
Really?
Come on.
Well, I'll tell you this: there was nobody on the show that outperformed those two at all tonight. Not one person. No. Not even Swerve.
I mean, I can tell you, I can't perform like that for an hour and 58 seconds.
That Swerve Okada match, the air was so sucked out of the room. Nope, nobody gave a shit about that match. Like they didn't care about that match until the actual end when everybody started coming out. That's when they cared.
Yeah.
Let's get into Dan's favorite subject, part of the show, which I think this takes out the crowd, or takes the air out of the room. The Learning Tree segment with Chris Jericho comes out with Big Bill and Brian Keith. I know Mad Dog loves this segment. I know he loves Chris Jericho.
Great TV.
Hi guys.
Oh my God, that was good.
That was a good one, actually.
He says that he's been on every Dynamite, and the ones that he has not been on, he says that the branches are hurting from it and will not miss another Dynamite until 500 episode of Dynamite. I don't believe that. I think this man is going to retire before we even hit 500.
Oh, I hope so.
No, definitely not.
And he did come out and say on an interview just this past week that once John Cena retires, he thinks that his in-ring career is going to be slowly but surely coming to an end.
I mean, yeah. If not, they're gonna have to, put a bedside commode at the side of the ring for him.
Jericho also says the violence has to stop in AEW. And he showed a promo video of last week's match where it was, what was it called? The backstage. What was it called?
I don't even get why he had to put any of that on there, because he's the one who did it.
Well, we obviously know this. Yes, he did do this. And Zucata came out and with a am I saying it wrong? Nora Shaka. Wait, how do you say his name?
Are you talking about Suzuki?
I'm sorry.
You mean Suzuki, right? Suzuki came out.
My apologies. Suzuki comes out with a white piece of paper, and Brian Keith reads it saying that both Big Bill and Brian Keith are banned from ringside next week for the FTW title match between Suzuki and Chris Jericho at Blood and Guts in Nashville. I'm glad this is. I'm glad that this is put in place. But again, does anybody care about this FTW championship? Like, is this a, or is this just like a whatever FU belt?
I mean, it is an FU belt, but if you actually know the history of this belt, it is a belt that Tag brought in. So this is Taz brought in, and it is just a bottom line feud between him and Hook until Hook gets it back. So it really doesn't matter who else holds it. It's really just until Hook can get it back.
We get thrown back to the EVPs of AEW, the Young Bucks and Okada promo, and they're saying that next week they're going to take all the gold in Nashville. And then everybody's favorite CEO has to make a surprise appearance on the screen. But CEO. Here's what I have to say.
And the best tag teams in the world, by the way.
Let me beat you to it, Vincent. Wow. What is she the CEO of?
Wow.
Why did she there?
I wasn't even going to say that tonight, but since you brought it up, what is she the CEO of, guys?
AEW. I mean, Tony Khan is, but she's the CEO performer. I mean, obviously. She does own her own name, though, by the way. They all do that after they leave WWE.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody. Let me know what's going on. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
There you go.
What do you not understand? She's the CEO. CEO.
Of AEW, yes.
Okada was pretty excited to see the CEO, Mercedes Moné, and asks Mercedes Moné to do her, signature CEO dance. I think that was so dumb.
Did I do it right though? Right? Yes. I hope I did it right. Yeah.
Good job, Matt.
I tried. Thank you.
Job. I expect the Nana to come out later when he comes.
I'll try.
Now, is everybody? Can I ask? Is everybody in this chat room and on this screen? Is everybody a huge fan of CEO or as much as I am? Because I absolutely love the CEO.
Here we freaking go.
I mean, just absolutely drop dead love the CEO. Yeah. I mean, it's
just as much as the best tag teams of all time.
Just as best as the Young Bucks. I love them just as much.
Yeah. Best wrestling tag team all time.
I mean, your birthday is coming up. Everybody knows we've all chipped in for Young Bucks shoes for you.
Oh, I mean, of course, I would totally rock them with a CEO keychain on the side of it.
No, chain. It's gotta be a chain.
Oh, chain. Excuse me, chain.
Chain. I mean, and sunglasses. Don't forget the sunglasses.
You should know I'm a big CEO fan. I even bought the T-shirt. I mean, you should know I'm a huge fan. Dan's not going to comment on that one.
Do you know what happens right now? Vince is so full of shit that I am literally disgusted. I am disgusted at the thought at listening to this poppycock.
Poppycock.
This is poppycock.
What
This
the hell is that?
This is gooey right now. This is no. Let me tell you what Vince does. This is no different than Vince going, "Oh, hey, this was a slobber knocker, 5-star match. Kane doinked the clown." This is the same shit. This is exactly the same.
I would never do
And
that,
then he's gonna sit there
Dan. I would never do
in
that.
his little throwback Philadelphia Phillies jersey, looking like, you know, he's some big great Cuba over here. And we only got one of those. We only got one.
All right,
Well,
let's
Dan's on that Red Bull. I can tell you that.
Dan is on that Red Bull trip. Let's get into the CEO, Mercedes Moné, taking on Nyla Rose. By now the audience is just drained from watching that almost hour match between MJF and Will Ospreay. Guys, any side notes that you want to talk about with this match? I mean, anything you saw that you think that we should touch?
Yeah,
Well,
MJF and Will Ospreay are the faces of AEW, and they can go. And I don't think
Yeah,
we need to talk
murmurers. Go ahead,
I
guys.
don't think we need to talk about another match. So
Go ahead, Katie. Go ahead. Well, I don't even know what Dan said, but go ahead.
Yeah. No, if any, I don't know if anyone knows, but apparently it was Naya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. Yep. She was
Nyla
involved on the first match of AEW. And so it was a very big milestone for her to be part of the 250. So even though she lost and she won the original match, it is still a big deal that after 250 episodes, she can still compete.
guys, I got a question.
What,
It's
Dan?
doing the news now.
No, I just know some facts and I
mean,
myself.
Okay, all right. So you're still doing the news, right, Mad Dog?
Oh, Mad Dog's
yeah, I'll
news
be doing it
way
later.
better than my news.
I'll do it later.
No,
Sure,
because Katie
but
was coming. So I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, no, I mean she's right about the statistics.
Thank you, Dan.
She's right about the stats. Yes, that Nyla Rose was on the first show and she's on here. And this one, like I said earlier in the pre-show, this was the filler match. Both of them did what they had to do, and both ladies sold the match beautifully. And of course they're gonna put Monet over because Monet has to be put over because a certain Sting masked person showed up in the audience. And,
Hold on. Let's before we do that, let's talk about the glove. We have to talk about the glove that Mercedes stole from Britt Baker. She is the lockjaw. She puts that glove on, and she was pretty much taunting Britt Baker, saying, "I'm going to steal your move," and puts it right into Nyla Rose's mouth. Real quick, guys, and I should have brought this up earlier, but I totally forgot. I have to ask you guys a question about the Will Ospreay MJF. Did you guys see the part where MJF said in the camera, "I'm the best in the world now"? Do you guys think that was a
cocky move? Yes.
No.
Nope.
But do you think it was thrown at CM Punk?
Absolutely, 110%. They're watching. Everyone's watching each other like hawks now. Hell, they're even WWE guys are watching TNA now. So yeah, everyone's watching each other, and yes, it was a definite move towards Punk.
And then what Mad Dog was saying, CEO wins the match by her bank statement, or do they call it something else now? Still a bank statement?
For closure.
Huh? What, Dan? Okay.
It's not the statement anymore.
What's it called?
It's Katie. What's the new movie?
Oh my God! He doesn't even know.
I don't know what it's called.
Oh,
the Monet. The Monet.
Hey, yes. So here's what you got to do. You go on Google and say Mercedes Monet finisher, and it'll pop up. I promise you.
All right, Maddawg, find that out for us, please.
Yeah, I'll do that real quick.
Well, after the match, the CEO was celebrating and came up to a fan with a sign that says DMD. She takes the sign and throws it down, and the fan was not happy and pushed the CEO down. But with nobody really knowing who it was, I think after a while we all caught on. The doctor did show up, takes the Sting mask off, jumps the barricade, and try to get her hands on that CEO, but was stopped by the security.
Yeah, she popped out of the crowd. She was banned from the back room, but not from the stands. And she apparently bought her own ticket and made her surprise debut of the night.
Yes, I knew that was going to happen, though. I knew some way, somehow she was going to be there. She was not going to miss this 250 episode of Dynamite.
So, all right. Well, we are halfway through the show.
By the way, I did find real quick. I did find it here. It says she uses a glory special spin into a DDT as her finisher, which she calls the Monet Maker, by the way. Monet Maker. Yes.
Good job.
Thank you, unofficial camerawoman and Maddawg.
Katie, I think before we go on, we should take a quick commercial break. So let's take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Previously on the Mike Knox Show.
Bro, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Y'all can play Drew McIntyre's music all you want. That's not changing anything. Over, you screw me like this? That was a clear 3. He lost to a Falcon Arrow.
You know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids, okay? I can't do that anymore. But I have a soft spot for Jonathan Our Great Show by Big City because he saw us. He remembered us. My man Wise says, "Yo, you remember us?" He shows him the shirt. We put him on a shirt from being on SmackDown. He goes, "Yo, I remember you brothers. Y'all want to be on TV and always say right place, right time. White rapper, 2 black dudes."
With previous guys, I like this. I like the idea of this whole farewell tour. I like the way Danielson did it. You give the higher ups a year to work you in. And also, man, it's a good, I don't want to call it a PR stunt, but I think it's a good way to send a Mount Rushmore guy out.
Man, we got grown-ass people bitching and complaining and bitching because he didn't roll the shoulder or take it out. Okay? Guess what? I guarantee you, 90% of the shit they do, that's wrong. I'm sorry. I give them more credit. 97% of the shit they do, you can't. So let's just hold off with the boxing because it's a sport. Okay? It's a sport.
Hold on here. Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop? It's the barbershop. Yeah, I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
That is the Mike Knox Show every Monday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Mike Knox and his special guests are going to give you the insight of all professional wrestling. You never know what Mike Knox is going to say. Guys, let's go right back into the action. Episode 250 for Dynamite. And we are going to talk about Mariah May's promo. We all thought we were going to get Toni Storm tonight, and we were all duped to find out that Mariah May took the costume and put it on, and she became the fake Toni Storm as she walked out to the arena.
Was she flocking, Vince?
She was definitely flocking to the ring, She actually flocked after the promo as she was making snow angels in the ring.
She was losing her mind.
There's too much blocking. Way too much blocking.
Mariah May said everyone saw it coming besides Tony Storm. I don't know if that's true. I really don't. I think a lot of people knew this was coming. I just don't think they knew it was going to be last week.
Yeah, this was a little sooner than I would have pulled the trigger on it.
She also said everybody was asking her, why did it take her so long to pull the trigger? And she said she wanted to see how long it would last. What Mariah May said. I believe that. I believe that she wanted to keep things going until she actually ran out of what she calls it. She wanted to take the old horse out back, but she wanted to kill it in front of a live audience. That's what she put it. I also think it was funny that Tony Storm says she said, "Speak, bitch." Did you guys catch that? And everybody, nobody caught that.
Mariah May is a severe underrated talent, and
she's moving up for sure.
Well, I think it's pretty clear that she's going to win it all in.
Almost definitely. Almost definitely.
I mean, she's from England, first
Well,
of all.
Yeah.
And she has literally moved up the ranks for this. So they give
I'm gonna tell you what. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say she's done her time.
She's done her time.
I still think Tony's super over because the crowd was chanting Tony.
Oh, Tony is way over right now. That goes without saying.
Big time.
I mean, but also Tony's held on to that belt for a pretty long time at this point.
Yeah, I don't know the date. I don't know how many days she's been champion for, but it's been a while.
I mean,
I'll tell you a second. Hold on.
By all in, it should be close to a year.
Yeah, it will be a year almost. Yeah, I'll get it up a second.
238 days. Cactus Caite got
38 days. Wow. There you go. Wow.
Guys, I did not know this, and maybe somebody can fill me in on this because I guess I didn't watch Collision, but apparently the Bang Bang Gang Club was stripped from their titles this past weekend on Collision. Does anybody know why they were stripped?
Correct.
That's a Mad Dog question.
Yeah, because what's his name? What's his name? I don't know. I don't know these guys in AEW, all these officials. Was it Christopher Daniels? I think it was. Maybe it was somebody else. Yes. I don't know. Came out and said, no, you guys are not the the title thing. We're gonna have a contest or a match or whatever it's gonna be. So I think it's gonna be like a tournament or something. I think. And oh God, who's the other faction that came out? Was it Christian Cage? What's his faction? You guys know his name? I forget this faction name. But this Christian Cage came out and he said, "Yeah, we're gonna challenge you guys, but not tonight and not at Blood and Guts. We're gonna do it like down the line." So that's kind of where it's leading to.
But my question is, why did they strip him from the title? Like, what did they do to get stripped?
According to the thing, Christopher Daniels, I should say, right? He decided that they just automatically didn't win because they took out the people they were fighting. I forget who it was who they were supposed to fight in Collision. I need to look at the card, but they took them out backstage, and they're like, "Oh well, we're the winners now, and they're not here." So Daniel came out and said, "No, that's not going to happen." I think it was Jericho, Chris Cage's faction. Yeah, Cage's faction. They took out and they came out, challenged them whenever. Well, but that's what happened there. Yeah.
So it says the Bang Bang Gang was stripped of its World Unified Trio Championship by the AEW Executive Vice President Christopher Daniels after
Right.
Jay White suffered an injury, overruling the Bang Bang Gang's attempt invoking the Freebird rule that allowed Juice Robinson to defend the title in the place of White.
Okay.
And then seriously, someone needs to figure out what Cage's faction's called, because I have no idea.
Wait. I'm sorry. So they were stripped of the titles even though they invoked the Freebird rule?
That's what it says.
I'm confused. How do you strip somebody of the title when you have the Freebird?
Overruling their...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel said no, and then Cage came out. That's what I know. That's all I remember from Saturday night.
So where did Jay White get hurt? How? What happened?
A couple weeks ago. Jay White got hurt a couple weeks ago. I know I reported on it. Injury here. It's right here. Yeah, it says right here that he was injured. Yeah. Here it is. Vacates the top titles due to a strange decision. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. And yeah, Jay White is injured. And yeah, Jay White slammed into the barricade, and I guess he hurt his arm. I guess. Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess that's what's going on here. I guess. Yeah, that's what it says. And that was a tweet from Sean Rossap. So that's what I found here. Right.
Okay.
Team Cage.
So okay.
All right. So let's
total nonstop action. He came up with the Team Cage name. Team Cage.
Okay.
Team Cage, that's what they're called? No, they're called the Patriarchy. That's what they're called. Patriarchy. There it is. The Patriarchy. Christian Cage's faction. It's called the Patriarchy. There we are. That's what it is.
I don't know what you're looking at over there.
I just tried to Google real quick. I don't.
The Patriarchy. You know, it was on the top of my mind. I just couldn't think. I was like, it's something dark. It's something dark. And yeah, I was right. Patriarchy. So. Okay.
Well, that's a lot better than Team Cage, so I'm glad to hear it.
Wonderful news.
All right, guys. Well, it's main event time. Let's talk main event. We have our AEW World Champion Strickland Swerve taking on.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Swerve. When I I can't do it on here. We'll get copyrighted, but you guys get the point.
Taking on
okay, copy.
Okada. And again, like I said, this wasn't a bad match. There were some good parts of the match, but by now I feel like everybody was so exhausted from the main event that I feel like this match was they should have put this match on another card. And I feel like it could have been a great match, but
you said the same thing about MJF and Will Ospreay. It is what it is.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying, listen. All right, so here with me. So when you watch a match like the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12 with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, if you would have put that match, yes, if you would have put that match first on the card, and then everything follow up, I think that would have been that. Oh boy, I think that would have been. That's it. Like you're putting that match should have been last. And that's the problem. They should have put that match last, and they should have started with the AEW World Championship. That's what I think.
Okay, I agree with Vince. Yeah, for sure. That they made the first event should have been the main event. Absolutely.
That's what AEW does. They screw things up. They like to put the best first and the shit last. That's what they do.
Do you really think that people would have watched?
I agree with that in a way. It's called micromanaging.
They did in the beginning. You're putting a bunch of. If you
They
put all the
didn't need to do. They did.
I understand that, but the rest of the show wasn't that great. I mean, you had the learning tree, you had the CEO taking on Nyla Rose. I mean, it just for a 250 episode, you put the best thing first. That should have been last. That's just my opinion. It should have been last.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, Vince?
No.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, that's what I say every time you talk. You don't like anything.
No, I like that match, and that was a great match.
It was a good match. 5 stars all around.
It was a great match. It was a good match.
5
It's
stars
just
all
bad
around.
placement.
You don't like anything. It's genuinely, you are the most crucial,
Unless it's WWE.
You're critical towards.
I'm critical because I watched the AEW product and I just don't think Tony Khan knows how to run a show. I'm sorry.
It's called micromanagement, guys. I've been saying this for weeks.
He doesn't know how to micromanage.
No. He does it too much. That's the problem, Vince. He does this micromanagement thing way too much to where he's involved in every decision and every single second in every single match. And he's on the phone with Daniels, and he's on the phone with the Bucks, and he's on the phone with everybody every 10 seconds, changing everything around the rules. And honestly, I'm getting tired of it as a statistics guy because I have to try and keep up with all of it, and I can't. So yeah, he makes my job harder. I'll tell you that.
Let's talk about the ending of the match. Young Bucks run in for the DQ, and this is where everything breaks loose. This was a wild main event. Everybody, you got the Young Bucks coming in, interrupting, beating up on Swerve. Then you had Briscoe and you had the Acclaim come in. They ran in. They were after the Bucks. Then Mark Briscoe comes in, just going nuts like he always does. I don't even know what Mark Briscoe does. He's just a wild man.
That character just cracks me up.
Mark Briscoe?
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I'm so sad, Jeffrey. It is so sad. You know what? It's because she's on vacation this week in
Thank God. Thank God. There's too much of her. Way too much of her. Way too much.
I love Renee.
I know you do. I know you love Renee Arquette. She should be
She's good at what she does.
I'm not saying she isn't.
Is great.
She should have.
Podcast is great.
Oversaturation is the problem.
They haven't played her more than one.
Well, that's because she's married to number 2 guy.
What are you talking about? Last week she was on for 5 segments. What are you crazy?
5.
She was on
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It was 6. I thought it was 6. Was it 5?
6. Yeah,
she's
on.
My bad.
Whatever.
I'm telling you, man, she's got a lot of power backstage. It's
You're
crazy.
starting trouble over here.
Let's go on. Adam Page comes out and goes straight for Strickland. They go over the barricade. They start fighting the crowd. Then when you
all over.
So when you think it's over, it's definitely not. Darby Allin's music hits. Everybody's looking for him. He drops through the Raptors like Sting. Why
did he do that? Why did he come in? Do you know?
Yeah, because he's the last guy of the team.
Yeah.
Right.
He was once again last guy on the team, but he just got cleared. Actually, I have it in my news. I'll read it here now. He actually, Fightful reports that he just got cleared, literally yesterday. So they're like, okay, we're gonna bring him in and we're gonna put him on Team AEW for Blood and Guts.
All right. Well, listen.
Yeah, that just happened.
Hold on. He's already started the news. I didn't even play the music yet.
I didn't. I was just telling you one of the things.
All right. So hold on. All right, Mad Dog. I had to play your segment because you already started telling the news.
No, I just said one piece of the news. You guys brought up Darby. I had this here from Sharma Saps. So, like I said, I have this here. So, are we doing the news? Because you're confusing events here.
No, it's not time for the news yet, Mad Dog.
I have no idea what's going on right now. You guys gotta get your show on, man.
No,
I just said a little bit of what I had, Vince. That's all I said.
What did I miss?
Rails right now. This is absolutely insane.
What did I miss? That was the end of the show. Darby Allin, it was all chaos.
This is absolute insanity. Can
anybody tell me what I missed, please?
Okay. Yeah, Darby pulled a Sting, and it was amazing, and the crowd went wild.
I was just talking about that. That was the last thing I said.
Yeah, it was great.
What else do we have to add? He came out, and you were saying, why did he come down to Sting? He came down to Sting because Sting is his mentor. That's why he did it.
Right, and it was because he got cleared from AEW staff to wrestle next week.
Right.
That's it.
And
Chris apparently
was for Darby to do.
Chris
Don't
likes
move that
to.
girl. Yeah.
I've never seen somebody in my life that gets so offended by everything.
What is he getting offended by?
I'm not.
Do you guys see any of the comments that pop up?
I'm looking at. I don't understand what he means though about the Owen Hart.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about.
Oh boy, here we go. You
guys
know.
We need to give the executive consultant an award, and it is for being the ultimate victim. Because I've never seen anybody that likes to play that card more than EC.
Well, he brings up good points, and it was 1 week after, and it's kind of funny that Darby Allin was not cleared until this week. So
Look, it's a risky thing, man. It's a risky move for them to do. You guys are right, but it's 2024. They should know how to do this by now. Okay,
Right.
I'll say this in statistical standpoint here. Back when Owens, death, they were just learning how to do it, and a tragic accident happened. I actually watched that thing over the week, Vince. You said last week to go watch that documentary on Vice. It was very good, by the way. I was very impressed with it, and I learned a lot about it, about the Owen Hart and the whole thing, and it kind of made me realize how dangerous stuff like that is. And Darby's a huge risk taker, as you guys know, and
Absolutely.
Darby decided to take this risk, and they used all the safety measurements, and it worked this time around, and thank God it did. So I'm very happy that it worked out in this situation. And yeah, it was a very good spot, and the crowd went wild for it. Absolutely.
Can I just say, well, I don't understand what the big deal is, because didn't right before Sting retired, he did the same exact thing. He came down from the Raptors. So who cares?
Apparently the crowd does, right? The crowd went wild for Darby. I don't know if that's because of the return or if that was something else, but apparently the crowd in the audience cares.
No,
And
I'm not talking about that.
of the internet wrestling community cares too by rooting for Darby on Team AEW next week for Blood and Guts. So a lot of people like Darby. Darby's so over with everybody. Everybody cares.
I'm not talking about Darby. I'm talking about the fact that EC saying it's a coincidence that he did it 1 week after the Owen Hart tournament, and then you're saying it's a dangerous thing. But what I'm saying to you is that it can't be that dangerous, because a 65-year-old whatever man, Sting, did it 1 week before he went on to his last match. So, I mean, obviously, it has to. I guess they think it's that safe to put an older gentleman to do it.
Right. Well, it's 2024, so they at least should have all the safety measurements in place for when they do stuff like this. And honestly,
what year is it?
They do. Well, what Dan? I couldn't hear you. Broke up there.
What year is it?
2024.
2024. Yeah.
Just making sure.
I mean,
All right,
at least I thought. Oh God.
Let's run a commercial before we get to the real news of the night. Hold on 1 second, everybody.
Previously on the Mike Knox.
Sorry to see him go, but realistically, is him leaving, making a hole in WWE? No. And I still believe WWE can lose about 19 guys.
Go ahead. Which 19 guys? Go ahead.
No, we're not going through this.
Larry Davenport? Fucking that guy. What was his name? Norberto? Norberto, nobody's fucking looking for Dijak. Not even you. Stop fucking with me. Norberto. On another thing with this is who MJF is talking about. Fucking wrestling fans that can't fucking afford merchandise. Oh, I'm such a great fan. Oh, shut up. No, you're not. Look at Mike Knox. Mike Knox is the superest fan. You know why? Because this motherfucker buys 20,000 belts. He puts his money where his mouth is. Mike Knox, he knows what his shit is.
Not everybody is a fan just because of the merchandise that they have for wrestling.
Well, how big a fan are you of The Miz?
I'm a huge fan of Miz. He's my favorite wrestler.
You got any Miz merchandise?
That's not the point.
Yeah, you do. You do. I know you do because I've seen you. You've got a shirt. You've even got like a.
But I have a shirt because I
got a necklace
like
too.
That was a birthday present. But I have a shirt because I like the message that this shirt's in. Haters love me because I'm awesome. I'm awesome.
That's right. But you support it. You supported your guy.
I don't buy wrestling shirts anymore.
That's a lie.
that was our good friends EC and Steven. You can catch them. When is their show on?
I don't even know. Is that the Raw review show? I have no idea. I mean, I just found out, Dan. I found out yesterday that Raw review is now on Tuesdays, and she's asking me what show that is.
Yeah, they do what they want, just like I do what I want. You know, we all do what we want.
Obviously, I could put this up here. I could put this up and talk about it. Oh wow, it's updated. Okay, so let's talk about it. On Mondays at 6 p.m. we have the Mike Knox show. Check out Mike Knox. On Tuesdays we have the Raw review show. So not on the Raw after, it's Tuesdays at 7 p.m. So the next day. Right after NXT on Tuesdays, we have the NXT review show, which it's been the last couple of weeks. It's been the Wrestling Doll and Cactus Caite. Right out the next day, we have AEW review on Wednesdays, which you're watching right now. Top 5 is on Thursdays, and that depends on what we're going to do every week. And on Saturdays, it's the SmackDown Penitentiary review show. Don't miss that one, because that you don't know what's going to happen there. That's a ball of fire. That's craziness right there. But it's a good show. It's a really good show. So I will hit the intro again. Let's do the news with Maddawg. Take it away, Maddawg.
Okay, here we go. This week, wrestling news for the week of 7/17/24. Making sure Dan knows the right year. Sounds like he was confused more than I was. According to PW Insider, Rhea Ripley won't wrestle until SummerSlam. She's not 100% yet, apparently. So that's what they believe. But she is back on Raw, and she'll be cutting promos up until SummerSlam.
All right.
I also have here Perf Fightful Select. Yeah, Perf Fightful Select. Tyler Bate is expected to be out for the rest of the year. WWE decided to turn Pete Dunne heel with having a feud with Sheamus. So that also happened here. So Tyler Bate's out rest of the year. I like him. It's a shame, really. I always liked Tyler, so kind of a shame he's going to be out rest of the year. Don't know the injury yet. Sean Ross hasn't come out with the injury yet. I'll find out next week. As of last week, the Observer, Dave Meltzer was told that sources told him that, and this has been totally debatable because it's been changing every day, but Seth Rollins would not be added to the CM Punk Drew McIntyre fight if Punk gets cleared for SummerSlam. We don't know yet if he's going to be or not, but they do believe Rollins will have a match on the card somewhere. I mean, you can't have the biggest party of the summer without, Seth Rollins. So hopefully they get him a match somewhere. I don't know. I really don't see Punk getting cleared in that time frame. So I think it might be maybe Seth and Drew. Maybe they should say Punk and Drew for Bad Blood in October. Bad Blood's coming back, by the way, as I reported last week. They confirmed that Money in the Bank. WWE will tape Friday Night SmackDown after this Friday's live show. According to PW Insider, it's because WWE is touring Japan next Thursday through Saturday. So they're going to be taping, I think, 1 or 2, SmackDowns because of it. Speaking to Friday Night Fights, Darby Allin confirmed that he was medically cleared. This is what I was talking about earlier. Medically cleared for in-ring action, and he showed up tonight at the end of AEW Dynamite. So he did show up at the end of Dynamite, and he did say yesterday on the show that he was medically cleared. And the last thing I have here was this. This is to be speculated because this is a big thing. I have no idea, but Fightful earlier this week reported on maybe AEW filling in a stadium arena. Now they have done Arthur Ashe and they have done Wembley, but they're actually looking at A&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. That is where the Cowboys play in 2025. Tony Khan, he actually told comicbook.com this morning, saying it's a possibility down the road, but there's nothing planned for 2025 as of yet. And then that's all I have this week in the wrestling news.
That's a pretty big stadium for them to do.
Well, Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
Ring of Honor next week is going to be in Arlington, Texas. So,
Not
sure
a stadium.
What?
At the stadium?
No, but
I was
they're
going
going
to say,
no.
Ring of Honor to get AT&T Stadium is nuts, but I mean AEW to get it. I think it's.
Maybe
I think
it's not at AT&T. It's at A&T. It's a college.
That's what Maddawg's saying, or is it the Cowboys Stadium?
No. I'm talking about where the Cowboys play, guys. An
that's
actual
AT&T
big stadium. You know, like a
Yeah,
big.
that's
you
where
know.
WrestleMania 38 was. That's
Yes. Did you guys go to that? You and Dan,
Yeah, it was a
right?
huge
Yeah.
stadium. Way,
Yeah.
way too big for AEW.
Apparently, that's what this is purported.
I think it's almost as big, almost bigger than Wembley.
All right. Well, next week is Blood and Guts in Nashville. So we'll see what gruesome things these heels are bringing up next week. So
Okay, so Vince, you had a pretty interesting idea. Why don't you go ahead and put it out there for us?
What are we talking about? What idea are we talking about?
You talked about a top 5.
Oh,
top 10.
Top
Remember
10.
You texted me earlier.
I think I was gonna do top 10, but I think we should wait till next week.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think we should wait till next week because I've been looking over this list and I feel like there's like 6 or 7 others that I would put in place of what I already have.
I have my list. I'm not changing. I'm good.
So I'm talking about top 10 factions of all time.
You're gonna find out who's naughty or nice.
No, I mean, I
clearly you have to check that list more than once, maybe twice.
He's confused, man. I don't blame him.
So there is a somebody that I follow on Instagram, PA Drain Wrestling Nation, put out this faction, and I know it's just random people putting out a list, but I think I could do one better. But they have the Heart Foundation at 10, they have the New Day at 9.
I thought we were doing this next week.
We are, but I'm just telling you, I'm just
Don't
giving it up.
tell us the story. Don't be giving away your secrets.
This is not mine. This is
It's
theirs.
not his
Not mine.
list.
This isn't mine.
His list.
I'm
This
just
is,
telling you. Bullet Club at 6, Bloodline at 7, 5. Number 5, the Four Horsemen. Number 4, the Shield. 3, Evolution. 2, DX, and number 1, NWO. I think there's about 5 that I would put on there that actually are
Wow.
true.
Wow, they didn't include one that's on my list. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
shameful.
I
That's shameful.
I would never put the Shield on mine. I wouldn't put Evolution on mine.
What? No,
Don't
stop.
stop talking about this. I'm not participating next week.
Listen. You guys need to stop flocking around.
I have my list.
There's too much flocking right now.
Like a chicken. They flock. Chicken. Do.
He doesn't know how to say no on anything.
All right, we'll save this for next week because I want to dive into this more because I think there's better ones. Huh? You me?
Yeah. How do you
Flock
do it?
You flock it. You flock around.
Oh my god!
So, you know, chicken dance. I don't
Yeah,
get flocking, right? Right.
All right, guys, that is
Spreading
all the
the
time we have
wings,
for
right?
tonight. From Vince Laspada, Cactus Caite, Dan the Man, and Maddawg Kelly. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
You guys.